Hi guys, and welcome to this weekly horoscope for Monday the 21st of February going through until Sunday the 27th of February 2022. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to go through each day this week to see what the planets are doing, what energy they create amongst themselves, and how you can use that energy to your advantage. And the thing that I noticed about this week is that there's huge potential for change in a practical sense and for healing, especially personal healing. Those two things are really heightened on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then later on in the week, Friday and the weekend, things become much more earthy and grounded, and you're more interested in things that aren't overly complicated. So let's have a look at each day then. Monday, the 21st of February, we've got the moon going into Scorpio at 19 minutes past 10 in the morning. The moon is the way you feel, it's what comes naturally and easily to you. And Scorpio is a water sign that's all about going into the dark places in order to discover what's lurking there, to pull it out, to bring it into the light and to heal it and to transform it. So Scorpio is partially responsible why there's so much potential for healing here, but also Scorpio, with it being a water sign, it makes you very intuitive, and Scorpio is able to uncover hidden secrets. So you're able to get to the core truth of something by listening to your intuition. So if you're sometimes not that sure of what you're feeling in a situation, or whether you're even entitled to your own feelings, then here on Monday, you're not going to have any doubt about that, because Scorpio and Taurus are on the same axis, and they're both about control. So Taurus wants control of the physical world, money and where you live and how you live. And Scorpio wants control in the sense of, I want relationships that are meaningful and where I know I'm loved and appreciated. And I want to know that if I say something to someone in my family or in my inner circle, that those people are going to respect me and love me enough to actually listen. And this is interesting. The Scorpio moon then opposes Uranus and Taurus. So the moon in Scorpio really puts you in your feelings, and it's not flexible. Scorpio likes to take charge, and it says, well, this is how I feel, therefore it needs to be that way. And Uranus is very different because it's the unexpected, it's the thing that you can't control, that's outside of your control. And in Taurus, it's in an earth sign that governs things to do with money and jobs and your health. So the Scorpio moon says, I feel the way I feel, and I'm justified in that, and that's right. And that opposition with Uranus and Taurus, so the two are 180 degrees away from each other, so they're really facing off. And Uranus is saying, okay, well, I'm going to bring some changes into your life that you're not necessarily going to like. So the best thing that you can do about this is to find a way to accept things as soon as possible, because you have no control. If you can change something, then it's okay to try and control it and to make the most out of it. But if there is something that's completely out of your reach, there's not much you can do about it. So acceptance is really the key here, if you don't want to let this kind of churn around in you. So the Scorpio moon also squares Mercury in Aquarius, so your ideas, your intellect, your ability to communicate and to learn and to want to do something for other people, that's really heightened. Trines the Sun and Jupiter in Pisces, and this is interesting because intuitively what I get about this is that you may have had some sort of image of what you want your life or the world or the future to look like, and the kind of news that comes in today via this Uranus and Taurus makes it seem like, this dream or this notion is now gone forever, and that can be devastating and crushing. So it's important, again, to align yourself with what is going on and to find a way around it or to work with it, rather than to resist and to say, I'm digging in my heels and this isn't working for me and I'm miserable about it. So going with the flow is important on Monday. Also, the Scorpio moon quincunxes Chiron in Aries. So your personal healing is very important to you, and that's why I think if you're distracted or you're getting something that you don't particularly want to hear or deal with, then that's going to be like, I'm grumpy about it. You're not like, okay, change my schedule. No, it's like, why am I being disturbed? I don't like it. So on Monday, you are very connected to your feelings, and you're able to kind of suss out some sort of hidden truths, things that have eluded you in the past. And the good news is that you're not going to have to dig around too much, because information is very likely to come at you quickly, and there's a lot. And if you do look within, or if you try and understand a situation, or get your bearings around it, the thing that is so confident and so strong in you are your feelings. So there's really very little chance of you saying, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't know how I feel about it. There's very little chance of that. So if anything, the opposite is true, and I know exactly how I feel and I want, and that's what then causes this irritability and friction. So that's what's important to let go of. Okay, but the good news about Scorpio as well is you're likely to understand on Monday something about yourself that's been problematic, and by understanding it, you can then heal it. So there's going to be some sense that this bubble that I've been in and that's kept me safe and everything's been wonderful, that's now popped, and I feel vulnerable and restless and maybe even irritable. So not the easiest day, but certainly there's great potential to understand. On Tuesday, the 22nd of February, which I was looking at this, and this would be such a great birthday for someone, the 22nd of the 2nd, 2022. We still have the Scorpio moon opposing Uranus and Taurus. So my feelings versus what's actually happening, and I don't like it. It trines Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. So Jupiter is good luck, good fortune. In Pisces, it's what could be, and Neptune is your intuition and dreams and creativity. And they're both in Pisces, so you're living to a big extent here in the first 2 days of the week in the higher realms. It's kind of like your consciousness isn't just down here on Earth, and that's your main focus. You're also partially connected with something up there, and there's a dialogue happening. There's communication between your higher self and you. These are your hopes and dreams, but I can't, but I want to, and round and round. So the important thing is to embrace that and to say, okay, what is my higher self telling me? What am I certain about? The Scorpio moon also squares Saturn in Aquarius, and it sextiles Mars and Venus in Capricorn. Wow, okay. So I'm not so interested in being oppressed or having my dreams shattered or being told no. What I'm interested in is getting busy and working on myself, on my career, or on my life, whatever I want, but keep your distance. So you're a little bit, because the bubble is popped as such, and you do feel a little bit more vulnerable, it makes you a little bit more reserved when it comes to dealing with potential threats, but it also gives you a great connection with yourself that you can use to get a lot done. So on Tuesday the 22nd, with the moon in Uranus, there's a great resistance that comes in between what it is that's important and what I'm feeling right now and what I want to happen, and again, what's going on in the real world. So by accepting that, the thing about accepting things that you don't necessarily like is that once you've accepted them, you can take responsibility for yourself in that situation and actually work your way out of it, or work with it to improve matters. If you're going to bury your head in the sand and say, this isn't happening, i.e. no acceptance, then you can't take responsibility or do anything with it because you're not even looking at it. So how can you work? So it's this kind of back and forth all the time here on Monday, Tuesday that can make you a little bit irritable. And that then, the irritability or unpleasant feelings will make you even more likely to say, I need to run off. So the key here is to pay attention and to keep at it, because there's a lot in it for you. With Uranus being in Taurus, again in the earth sign, the upheaval or the news that you don't like, they can be in your work or in your finances, in your physical or mental health. Could be things in the world or geographical locations or countries. And by focusing on it, the Scorpio moon allows you to do the recognition bit. Then Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, the connection with your higher self. I will accept this if you help me. And then you can act and take responsibility and go about your business. So that's a really wonderful way of figuring out how to still feel empowered even when things are outside of your control. So you can see this is really heavy. So it's not like, light and skipping and sherbet, and it's like, so be nice to yourself, give yourself support here. On Wednesday, the 23rd of February, Oh, okay, we've got a lot happening on Wednesday and Thursday. So Wednesday, we've got the Scorpio moon sextiling Pluto in Capricorn. We had the moon in Scorpio connecting with Uranus in Taurus for the first 2 days, change in an earthy sense. Pluto is complete transformation in an earthy sense. So the theme of things changing beyond your control, the pressure of that is building, building, building for the first 3 days of the week. And by Wednesday, you may be a little bit like, wow, this really doesn't suit me. So again, try and work on acceptance. The moon enters Sagittarius at 2:29 in the afternoon. And now things lighten up, thank goodness. Because Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's like, what's out there? What can we do next? It's not just round and round, inside and whatever. So the Sagittarius moon then squares the sun in Pisces. So I want to pursue my hopes and dreams. It trines Chiron in Aries. That'll be good for me. Thank you. Sextiles Mercury in Aquarius. I know what I want. I'm capable. I can figure things out. I can book. I can learn. I can do everything I want. Mercury in Aquarius, sextiles Chiron in Aries. And that's really nice because you are on your own side here. You have your own back. You would die for yourself on Wednesday. Okay. So if anyone totally contradicts you or calls you a name or something, they're going to get a mouthful in return because you're really feeling yourself on Wednesday. Or not necessarily like feeling yourself and being over the top, but again, I'm really like on team me, and possibly that could be the first time in your life. I was talking a lot about personal acceptance and responsibility. Okay, Wednesday, yes. Try and bring something lighter into your day if you've been struggling a little bit. Mercury in Aquarius then sextiles, I said that, sextiles Chiron in Aries, and Mars in Capricorn sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So Mars in Capricorn, forming this connection with Neptune, allows you to be creative and to give some sort of format to your ideas and insights and creative impulses. So all of this together, which is a lot, especially on a Scorpio moon, which is kind of sensitive anyway, there will be strong feelings, and they're going to encourage you to make practical changes in your life. And it can be very simple or very big. I mean, you can redecorate your house, or you can contemplate what your future career is all about. Pursuing your dreams is going to feel very, very empowering. And that's the gift here of all this certainty and this friendship with the self, that you can actually see what's important to you, and you can have a breakthrough, like break through your own ego to actually do it. And that's the hardest thing in life, I feel. So you have the ability to understand some sort of greater meaning, and that understanding is then the opportunity for personal healing. On Thursday, the 24th of February, we've got the Sagittarius moon forming a square with Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces. So this is actual adventure and going out and doing things that's fun, and I want to have fun and I want to be around other people. Trines Chiron in Aries, sextiles Mercury and Saturn in Aquarius, and quincunxes Uranus in Taurus. So you're not so fond of things being serious now, possibly as a backlash to the first 3 days of the week. If you've been in like therapy for 2 weeks and you've gone like 3 hours every day, then on the 15th day, it's understandable to say, do you know what? I need a break. I can't just go around and round. I need to focus on other things as well. Life isn't just about personal development and healing and understanding myself. It's also about, going to the fair and riding the wheel or whatever. Okay, Thursday. Mercury in Aquarius sextiles Chiron in Aries still. So still team you. Venus in Capricorn sextiles Neptune in Pisces, and Mercury in Aquarius squares Uranus in Taurus. So with all these things happening on Wednesday and Thursday, that's particularly when I think you should try and balance out your day between kind of looking within and doing things that are a little bit lighter, and being kind to yourself first and foremost. Education, travel, romance, and adventure all will become very appealing to you on Thursday the 24th. The theme of personal understanding continues though, so the balancing act, and it's important to pay attention to your dreams particularly. I think you'll get some great insights from those. Healing will then lead to this sense of motivation and saying, I'm going to embrace change and I'm recharged. Spending time with friends or pursuing a hobby could lead to a new romance because love is in the air and it's a great time to connect with someone in a way that feels new and exciting and adventurous. Friday, the 25th of February. Okay, so things really calm down now. We've had the Sagittarius and Scorpio moons on Wednesday, Sagittarius moon on Thursday, and Wednesday, Scorpio moon. We've had them really connecting with pretty much everything else in the chart on Wednesday and Thursday. And that can feel like, wow, there's so much pressure. And do I go here or there, or what am I doing? And that's why Wednesday and Thursday are particularly important to be kind to yourself. And now on Friday, the moon goes into Capricorn, so both your feet land on the ground. Capricorn says, keep it simple, set a goal and achieve it, okay? Just do it. And stop talking to me about your feelings. The Capricorn moon then sextiles the sun in Pisces, so you're not completely at odds with your own feelings, because the sun in Pisces is very much about spirituality and the higher self and stuff. So you're still connected with it, but the main focus now is actually, how can I implement these hopes and dreams? How can I work to make them true? You know, I've got this beautiful melody playing in my head. How am I actually going to compose it and play it on the piano? Very specific, practical things. These bells. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Yes. So you're connected with your ideas and you're able to do something about it, and actually very willing and driven to do something with them. So the emotional intensity totally drops off on Friday. So this is the 15th day, right? After ongoing therapy, you can actually sit back a little bit and say, oh, isn't it nice to just look at the clouds go by and to enjoy the sunshine and to enjoy the simple things in life? Practical concerns, you know, getting your bills paid, your job, your obligations, your calendar, your health, mental health again, all of those concerns. If you have a concern in any area, the work you do on that is going to be super, super valuable. So it's easy to implement the things that you've been thinking of over the last few days. So maybe even make a list as you go through this week and see what kind of pops into your head and what's exciting and inspiring. And then on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, do something with it and do the actual legwork. On Saturday, the 26th of February, we've still got the Capricorn moon forming a square with Chiron in Aries. Well, not still. What I'm saying is the moon is still in Capricorn and it forms a square with Chiron in Aries. So working on myself and my life is the most charitable thing I can do right now, and it's the most practical thing. Yes, and that's true. It trines Uranus and Taurus. So now you have kind of accepted things and you've realized that you're not like a victim in this situation, that you still have some sort of ability to work and to progress and to get on with what you find important despite things that are outside of your control. And I think that takes a lot of the pressure. Well, I don't think, I know. Once you've accepted things, it's like, oh, it's like a wave moving out. What is it they say? In the recovery programs, they say, what you resist persists. So if that's the saying, then what you accept departs, right? So if there's something unpleasant, accept it, and then you find a way around. It's not straightforward at all. The Capricorn moon also sextiles the Sun, Jupiter, and Neptune in Pisces. Oh, wow. So yes, there's a spiritual awareness, but in the sense that you're naturally grateful and you feel the love and you feel good and you can see all the good things in life. So nothing's really changed, but your view of things is now much more positive. So you have great energy on Saturday. You are super, super grounded, and you're going to have a particular area of interest, and pursuing that particular area is going to give you a great sense of joy and pleasure. So use this focus as well to problem solve and to continue the progress that you've made over the last few days. But I think, again, if you need a day to relax and because Capricorn isn't going to want you to relax. So do something fun, I would say. Use that energy and channel it into something specific that you're interested in and where you see something valuable. Yes. Sunday, the 27th of February, we've got the Capricorn moon now conjuncting Mars and Venus and Pluto in Capricorn. So the moon, Mars, Venus, Pluto, all in Earth sign, Capricorn. So everything is focused on, how do I get ahead? How do I complete this? How do I get to the top of the mountain where I have nothing but blue sky above me and I am on top looking down? Yeah, so if you feel like, I don't know, you're a big star in some way, but no one recognizes that in you and people just are interested in holding you down or they don't even listen or whatever, then the amount of energy that you've got, the drive of Mars, the creativity and love of Venus, the desire for change of Pluto, and the certainty of a Capricorn moon actually say, I don't need to prove it to anyone, but if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to actually go for an audition or put myself out there in some way. It's super sober. Capricorn is so bottom line, you know, it's so about, well, okay, thank you for sharing all of that with me, but what are we going to do about it on Monday? It's very much, it wants the practical outcome. So see what requires that kind of focus, work with that, and really enjoy the outcome you get as a result of your hard work. The Capricorn moon also sextiles Neptune in Pisces. So that's nice because we're not just in, and sorry if you feel like I'm trashing the Capricorns, I adore Capricorns, because we need this energy to get things done. But as I hope I'm saying it properly, the point I'm trying to get across, it can be a bit humorless. And again, you know, if life isn't just about personal development and work or whatever, then it's also not just about being productive and setting a goal and getting there. That's why we have 12 signs of the zodiac, not just one. The moon enters Aquarius at 7:36 in the evening. Okay, so that gives you this bigger perspective and a willingness to learn and to teach and to educate and to understand again. So we're looking at that now in a very intellectual sense rather than in an emotional sense. So I guess, yeah, it's the week of emotional intelligence. Wow. And then the following week, at least Sunday night and Monday morning, start with what? I was going to say intellectual intelligence. Actual intelligence. Okay. So with the combo of Neptune in the mix now, it does bring a sense of imagination and playfulness into this. So there is a sense of humor there. So you can still get things done and use great energy, but it's also now possible for you to kind of dream and to relax. Relationships are still good. So spending time around others will be easy and pleasant. You're also interested in all the Aquarian things like reading and I think this is more Pisces, but meditation will be of interest to you. And then with all the earth stuff, doing something really straightforward and simple by going for a hike or something, that'll also feel very good. So I think the weekend is just going to feel a lot less draining emotionally because you're not so focused on it. And if you do need to kind of have a mini break or feel like you want to recharge your batteries a bit, the weekend is the best. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yep. So that's what I get for you this week. I hope you have a lovely time. If you'd like a personal reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, just scroll down a little bit until you get to the book your readings button. Click on that to order your reading with me. And in my personal readings, I use astrology, the tarot and numerology. I'm a Western astrologer and I focus on individual charts, like personal astrology. So I need your date of birth, place of birth and time of birth to draw up your birth chart. And then I can see where all these planets were at the moment you were born and how that forms your personality or influences your personality as such. And then we can see where the strengths and weaknesses are, what the purpose is, what's destined in certain areas and where you have a lot of wiggle room. So it's really, really insightful and you can get so much information from a natal chart. And then to see what's coming up in future. So the predictive part of the astrology, I look at your progress chart and your transits to see what's coming up and how you've changed over the years. And then I also look at astrocartography to look at certain locations, different geographical locations in the world that would work for you and influence you differently. And yeah. I also use the tarot as I go along, and I combine it with numbers. And sorry to go on about this, but I'm an earth sign myself. So I'm a Virgo, so I also like to look at things and say, okay, well, how can I, that's all very nice that you're telling me this, but how can I actually use it, you know? I remember, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I went to a medium once, or I went to a spiritualist church in Stockport, outside of Manchester. I went to yeah, and the medium was up on stage, and I was sitting there, and he kind of points at me, and he's like, I get the scent of lavender. I was like, wow, that's so useful to me. So I like to look at things as in like, okay, if you have, a midheaven in Leo that gives you the ability to perform and to be a leader, then I would say if you're undecided about work, I would suggest that you put yourself in situations where you can use that ability as an actor or as a CEO of a company or as a teacher or as a circus performer or whatever. I like to have practicals that are actually useful. All right. So have a wonderful week. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. Hit subscribe and share the video online. And check out the tarot videos, the special videos that I do on the full moons and the new moons and the eclipses and all of those things. So check out some of the other videos. And I'll speak to you soon. All the best.